Hey everybody from Florida. So if you know me, you know I love me rooms, cave rooms from military people who are displaying their accoutrements. And so this is the Force Master Chief's room. He's done some stuff and he's got some cool things going on in here. Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad.
Why are you snooping in my office?
Because I'm showing everybody your awesome stuff. So Chicago.
And all crooked pictures.
Yeah, I know they are crooked. Okay, so Chicago. My dad was the first seagoing Cobb, chief of the boat of the Chicago when the Chicago's brand new. I think she's out in Hawaii these days. That was quite a while ago. And then there's the pogie fish. And then the wolf pack that are all the sea wolf named submarines. And then my dad was on the 575 Seawolf, which was the second ever nuclear built submarine in the United States Navy after the Nautilus. And then up there is the Salmon and Shark. So you've got diesel boats going into the nuclear boats. And we call them boats, not ships. So United States Navy submarines are boats, not ships. And then we've got all these different challenge coins, run for the wall, a lot of run for the wall, and then some different military service. Oh, sandbox. Yay. Love that. Sandbox recon. Okay, and so Pacific Ocean water collected during the USS Chicago, first Pacific dive, 6/15/1988. And then Atlantic Ocean water collected during the USS Chicago initial dive, 7/21/86. So we have from 86 to 88. And then a scale of the USS Chicago. So that is, he was the first seagoing chief of the boat when Chicago was brand new. Okay, now we get into the these certificates that I love because they have the old artwork, like basically not the newer PC artwork on them. So the mermaids are for, adult eyes. Love the old mermaids. And so we have Order of the Ditch. So that's the transit through the Panama Canal. There's some really awesome stories that my dad has about bringing submarine through the Panama Canal. That's a massive, massive undertaking. And then we have all of these other certificates. So these are things like crossing the equator, crossing the international date line, so domain of the Golden Dragon. So those of you who know, you can type into the comments what these are, right? And so we've got domain of the Golden Dragon, May 1978, September 1981 on the USS Seawolf. And then the pogie fish in 1984. So I love these older style certificates. And then we've got his chief of the boat appointment for the USS Chicago. So that is the highest in ranking enlisted person in charge of the enlisted crew on board a submarine, chief of the boat. And then you have the other side, the officer side. So that's the commanding officer and the XO. 20-year dolphin certificate, qualified submarines. So Dad qualified submarines in 1967, I think early 1967. And then some of the commendations and different commendations and achievements, basically medals, the certificates that go with the medals. And then here's the Chicago again. And then Dad went from being a Master Chief and a Chief of the Boat and a Command Master Chief to the next grade up as a Force Master Chief. And that at that time, I think there was only 9 Force Master Chiefs in the Navy. And then the next up from that is the Master Chief Petty Officer of the Navy. So there was only one more step up there. So Dad went from submarines to being the Command Master Chief of Carrier Air Wing 11 on the Abraham Lincoln when the Abraham Lincoln was brand new carrier. And so he went from submarines in the water to being in charge of an entire air wing, which is 2,500 people, being the senior enlisted person in charge of an air wing, which is, basically half of the personnel on board an aircraft carrier. And for those of you who know the color of the shoes. So somebody put in the chat, I don't know if you can see it on the video, but those are actually brown shoes. Black shoe. He refused to convert to brown shoes. So this is probably the Seawolf coming out of Mare Island, Greg Stencil Vallejo, Mare Island, going out to the Pacific Ocean or coming in, whichever way that's facing. And so we lived on Mare Island a couple of times when I was a kid. That's a whole different story. That was like a base that didn't exist. This is the Abraham Lincoln. So again, the Abraham Lincoln was brand new when my dad came on board and took over Master Chief Carrier Air Wing 11. And so this is during when Persian Gulf is kicking off, so 1990, 1991. But the Abraham Lincoln was brand new, so they just participated in sea trials during that time and making sure that the ship was seaworthy. But there was the volcanic eruption in the Philippines during those early 90s, and that crew, Dad and that crew and the Abraham Lincoln went into the Philippines, I think 3 times, and onboarded refugees by the thousands onto the carrier and took them to safety. And there's a whole story about that, which is pretty awesome. And then when Dad retired, this is one of the things that they presented him with, and some signatures on that. And then this beautiful cross stitch was done for him as well. So beautiful. And then of course that's not, for those of you who know and have these kinds of things yourselves, this isn't everything. It's just kind of cool every time I get to come and visit to take a look at these things again. They're getting ready to do a reunion for the USS Shark, so one of the very early boats that Dad was on. They're going to do that reunion this year up in Wisconsin. That's an old boat. And then they're also doing a Chicago reunion in Illinois, in Chicago this summer. So he'll be able to go do a reunion, all hands reunion for this boat, the Chicago, and then for the salmon up there. Or, I'm sorry, did I say salmon or shark? For the shark, sorry, they're going to be doing that one. But again, I just love the artwork. Sorry, I'm trying to get it around from the glare, but the beautiful artwork of these older style certificates. Jerry, I will. Thank you. Oh, Jerry, I'll show you, I'll take you and show you his, some of his Native American beautiful artwork collection real quick. And so let's take a quick little walk over here and I'll show you. So, some of the beautiful kachinas that he has collected. And then take you guys, show you these. So some of his gorgeous kachinas. And then he has some beautiful sand paintings. My dad grew up in Colorado, so around a lot of that Native American territory. Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Oh, hi, Harvey. Harvey, we were just talking about you and Sandy last night. Happy anniversary, Harvey and Sandy Smalley. It's their anniversary, Dad. Yeah. Yeah. Saw their really pretty black and white photos. So Harvey and Sandy Smalley went to high school with my dad out in Colorado, and they have been married for I don't know how many years. They got married just basically right out of high school, and it's their anniversary. So here's some of the absolutely gorgeous sand paintings that my dad has collected over the years. I mean, I remember being a little kid, and he had some of these, so I know he's had some of these for, 40, 50 years. Some really beautiful, detailed artwork. So there we are, getting ready to leave Florida here in a while. It's been a great trip, and looking forward to getting back home and getting packed up for cross-country adventure, motorcycle adventure. So I've got a few days at home, and I need to finish working with my group and getting everything set up for them and get myself packed somehow. Oh my goodness. But it's been a really great trip with Dad out here, and just really enjoying our time. We just haven't gotten a lot of time together in the last few years, and if we did, it was a lot of years was on Run for the Wall, and then we're all on leadership. So even though we're traveling together, we really are working our butts off, and so we really didn't get to spend a lot of time together. So it's nice to be out here at his house with him and his girlfriend, and his girlfriend's sister's been spending a lot of time with us, and so that's just been really great. Jerry, yes, his collection is incredible. They're beautiful. He loves to look at the artists and research the artists. He's purchased a lot of beautiful jewelry, turquoise and silver, for his girlfriend. He has some himself, so he really does take a lot of time and care to kind of like research things and have high quality things. And growing up in that area of Colorado and the great sand dunes, like as a kid and stuff, he used to go out and like collect arrowheads and big collections of arrowheads, just walking around the sand dunes and all that kind of stuff. Oh, your clan, really? I don't know which one that is. You'll have to point it out to me again. But yeah, so Jerry, when we ride, we do our ride from the West Coast out to the East Coast, and I told you we can come to my dad's house in Florida and stay here, then you'll be able to see all this beautiful artwork in his home. And then he's got some dream catchers up there as well. So yeah, beautiful. So walk you guys back through. Let's see. Okay, so this is when my dad was Force Master Chief of Command Training Pacific, December 1991 to September 1995. Comtre Pac CPO MES, so Force Master Chief of all of the shipboard and shore-based training in the Pacific Theater for the Navy and the Marine Corps. So Force Master Chief, only like one of, I think, 9 in the Navy at the time. And then he retired in 96. So he served from 1966, the Vietnam War, to 1996, after Persian Gulf War. So a very long career. Hi, Aaron. We were just talking about Dad's collection of beautiful sand paintings. My awesome cousin Erin that I talk about, she's out in Colorado, working the family farm where my dad grew up. And I was just showing everybody Dad's beautiful sand paintings and Kachina dolls. And then back to his awesome cave. So down here. So one last look at the man cave. So there's halibut and seawolf. Seawolf is the boat that my dad was on. This submarine dev group, if you look into the history of submarine dev group, there's also dev group for other groups, right? Like the SEALs and things like that. And so dev group is very, very special. within the submarine community, submarine force, and my dad was on the Seawolf. So during a time where there are some movies and books written about the Seawolf, and my dad won't talk about it, but it's in the books. And so if you'd like to do some more research, I can tell you books and such that, talk about that stuff. So anyhows, back to the beautiful artwork on the certificates, Order of the Ditch, right? Golden Dragon. He's got his shell back and stuff somewhere. And then certificates. And he's got a lot more to put up. It's in boxes and covered up. And I just hope that he gets it up sometime. I love looking at all that. So there's the Seawolf at the base that didn't exist, Mare Island, coming in or out of the Pacific Ocean underneath the Golden Gate Bridge. And there's Dad when he was the Command Master Chief Carrier Air Wing 11 on the Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln when it was brand new carrier. Abraham Lincoln. And then this is the different air squadrons that were part of Carrier Air Wing 11 when that was brand new aboard the Abraham Lincoln Carrier Air Wing. And okay, Dad, bye.
Bye.
So thanks everybody for looking at this little bit of history, family history with me and my dad and his beautiful collection of Kachina dolls and sand paintings. And apparently what I need to get him is a way to display his challenge coins. Maybe that's a gift idea. Need to get all these challenge coins in a display for him. But there's the Master Chief, and for anyone who hasn't seen it yet, there is a video of me interviewing him last October on Facebook Live about his career and some of the awesome, just really incredible things that took him through his career. And it was fun and funny and sometimes sad, but really interesting. And so if you'd like to see that, I can send you the link on that. It's pretty incredible to talk to somebody that spent 22 of their 30 years in a submarine, right? So, all right, everybody. Love to you all. Stay healthy and well and safe, and be seeing you from the West Coast soon. Bye.